Hey, actual people, it's Brixie. Now, who really wants a long opening anyways? If you don't know what we're doing by now, go to baragord.com. This week, we've got the Bubblewrap Challenge, the Holy Couture Runway, and everyone's favorite, the Snatch Game. That's right, we went there. Enjoy! XOXO!
It's the Snatch Game, featuring Stephen King, Marge Simpson, Julia Child, Martha Stewart, and I'm your host, JT. The Snatch Game is brought to you by Baragord Studios. Baragord Studios, live your dream. Hello, and welcome to the Snatch Game. I'm your host, JT. We've got a stellar panel of bright shining stars, and until they get here, we're going with this bunch of nobodies. First up, the master of modern horror, Stephen King, is here. Stephen?
If I don't win this thing, I'm going to drown my misery in a bag of chips.
That's an all-star response for sure. Points for not referring to the rest of the contestants as a creep show.
I make more money when you say it.
The producers are telling me not to do that too much. Marge Simpson is here.
Oh, hi, JT. It's so nice to be here. I just want to congratulate the drag race on 14 seasons of dragging. 14 seasons is a real achievement.
Huh. Not so subtle reference to your show's 33 seasons. Any messages for your family, Marge?
Homer, try not to lick the butter off the door frames. It's there to keep you from getting stuck again.
I feel for anyone who's stuck indoors. Speaking of butter, Julia Child is here.
Hello, JT. I'd be happy to show you the best way to get your muffins unstuck after the show.
I'm always up for a new avocado toast recipe.
Oh, you poor thing. Are you one of these millennials? You're not saving avocado toasts in a box somewhere thinking they're an investment.
Not anymore. I've got them in my wall safe now.
One more good reason for every woman to have a blowtorch.
I'm gonna give my doorman your picture.
Don't be surprised if he's already got a signed copy.
And finally, Martha Stewart is here. Martha?
Why did you put me on the same panel as her? Are you trying to undermine me?
What?
I got my eye on you, Julia Child. I'm not gonna let you upstage me. Not here, not now. It's not a good thing.
Wow, sparks already flying. Let's meet our special guest contestants. First up, she's one of the mightiest warriors in the DC universe, Princess of the Amazonians. And after the game, she's going to be fighting Solomon Grundy in the Warehouse District. It's Wonder Woman!
Hello, JT. It's nice to be here. I consider it a great honor to be part of the fight against the unfunny.
We might be in for a tough fight today. Are you ready for anything?
I have brought the lasso of truth. Tea shall be spilt this day.
Yikes. Well, let's not tie ourselves up too much and meet our other contestant. You know him, you will love him. He's an international star. It's Diddy.
Hello, JT. What an honor to be here.
Really? You know what this is, right?
Oh, yes, I'm told it's quite bananas. And there may even be some comedy.
Who knows, right? All right, let's start the game. As always, we are looking to match our contestants' answers with those from our celebrities. Is everyone ready?
I have been preparing for this day my entire life.
I just published a novel while you were talking.
I just published 3 cookbooks. You want to fight me, King? Let's go. I'm ready. I'll give you some horror fiction.
Butter is a much better lubricant than making threats.
I should have stayed home with Snoop.
Wonder Woman won the toss, so the first snatch goes to you.
By the greatest queen of all, Hippolyta, I will not fail you.
Okay, Wonder Woman. Shania Twain is developing a new talent show where instead of singing, contestants use their mouths to blank. Use their mouths to blank.
Summon their super friends with a stirring battle cry.
Who could resist?
Few mortals.
All right, Marge Simpson, we'll start with you. Shania Twain is developing a new talent show where instead of singing, contestants use their mouths to blank.
Call the cows home. People are always saying that something's gonna happen when the cows come home, and I think this is a perfect opportunity for someone who knows some cows to call them.
I've got no beef with that, but it's not a match. Stephen King?
They use their mouths to speak with the voices of the moon. Those same voices who spoke to their ancestors, and all those who walked this land before the dawn of recorded time.
Sorry to interrupt, but are you typing these out?
I wore out all the markers you gave me.
Not a match. Martha, we're looking for a stirring battle cry.
I wrote they'd use their mouths to spread the word about my new show, The Backyard Country City Life.
Close.
I think that's a match.
My producers are saying no, and we have to blur out some of what you wrote. Julia Child. Shania's newest talent show wants contestants to blank.
Eat, darling. That's what mouths were made for, to be filled. Now, I have a very creamy pie here that I think will fill up your mouth nicely. Wonder Woman, I know you like a nice pie.
Whoops, I left my plate and fork at home. Have to take a rain check there. That's a scoreless round, and we're moving on to Diddy. Alright, even though we don't have any Canadian celebs, this is a very Canadian Snatch Game. Do you like Canada, Diddy?
Oh yes, some of your go-kart tracks are quite challenging.
Couldn't agree more. Okay, Diddy. Canadian drag sensation Jimbo's latest look is inspired by a notorious Canadian animal. Her fans call it the blank.
Well, I know Jimbo's a clever wit, so I'm going to say the moose debater.
I don't know anyone that wants to argue with a moose.
That's why you would debate them. It's much less aggressive.
No debate from me. Marge Simpson. Canadian drag sensation Jimbo's latest look is inspired by a notorious Canadian animal. Her fans call it the blank.
The gentleman's beaver. The kind that makes darns.
You mean dams?
Don't you sass me, young man. You won't get to know any nice beavers using words like that.
Stephen King. A Jimbo look inspired by a notorious Canadian animal.
I spoke to a small-town police chief, who swears they saw a beast in the morning mists off Lake Winnipeg. A monster that was half Ogopogo and half Sasquatch.
Any pictures?
Why does everyone ask that? No! No pictures! Thousands and thousands of words!
Julia Child. A Jimbo look inspired by a notorious Canadian animal.
Now, I thought it would be something fierce. like a powerful animal making a fist, so I wrote moose knuckle. Now, while I don't exactly have a recipe for moose knuckle, I would treat it very similar to camel's toe.
Just towing the comedy line there. No match, because we were looking for a moose that didn't resort to violence to solve its problems. Over to Martha Stewart.
Unsurprisingly taking the high road here. The most notorious Canadian animal is my salmon en croûte.
I'm surprised you didn't say a bear.
You could call her the Grizzly Madam.
Ha! Supermom to Wonder Woman for the wicket.
I'm surprised you didn't say a cougar.
Oh, you are going down, Julia Child.
I've got the pan from Martha's latest review here, and we're going to put a splash of Martha's wine in there. And you can just assume we're making turkey.
Don't burn yourself, or I won't have anything else to do here.
Well, sadly, that's no matches. Still lots of game left. Going back to Wonder Woman. What is it you wonder about?
I wonder why a female fashion designer hasn't given me a new look after all these years.
Ooh, who would you want to wear?
I do not need to clothe myself in the designers themselves. Just the garments.
Hear that, designers? Okay, let's try this one. Celine Dion wrote a self-help book recently for people who are too romantic. It's called My Heart Will Go Blank.
Blank.
Yeah.
I choose blank. My heart will go blank. I agree with you. The strong feelings of the heart must be thrust aside if one is to focus on the battle.
I guess if you're too romantic, maybe try some battle.
I would prefer a healthy balance. Romance is more satisfying after battle.
Marge Simpson. Celine Dion's book is called My Heart Will Go Blank.
On a nice boat ride, like that lovely couple in the movie from that song she did.
Very wholesome, but no match. Stephen King. My Heart Will Go
Through a dark metamorphosis. The dark metamorphosis of my heart is coming to a bookstore near you and an online bookstore in 3, 2...
Ooh, I'll buy that. But not a match. Martha?
To the bank. I see you, Celine. Your empire is impressive. Most impressive.
Julia Child. Celine Dion's new book will be called My Heart Will Go
into 3 easy recipes. Now, even if the heart you're working with is very small and delicate like Celine's, it still needs to be tenderized, so we take our meat hammer like this and...
I remember that process from some of my breakups. Ah, memories. Still, no matches at all, and we're returning to Diddy one final time.
All this talk of food is making me very hungry.
There's nothing better than a stunning dinner in Tuscany. I have a villa there, Diddy. We're both bigger than this. Let's get out of here and talk business.
Oh my. I think Dixie might have something to say about that.
She'd have you over a barrel for sure.
Indubitably. Ha ha ha.
Okay, Diddy. Avril Lavigne's tastes have changed a lot since she started making music. These days, instead of skater boys, she's much more interested in men with blank.
Speaking as an extreme athlete myself, I'm going to have to go with no broken bones.
That's true. Nobody likes a broken bone. Let's ask the captain of the skeleton crew, Stephen King. Avril Lavigne is more interested in men with blank.
A strange, unearthly light, visible in their eyes during the day, and shining out of their entire being in the darkest depths of moonless night.
Very poetic, but not a match.
It's prose, you perfectly pectoral popinjay.
I think I just got read by an author.
Tell me, Diddy, did you ever consider playing the cymbals?
My grandfather Cranky had me in piano lessons when I was a youth, but I didn't have the knuckles for it.
Martha Stewart.
You and me, Diddy. We could have a card with both our names on it. I've been working on some experimental banana-based biofuels. I know you're bored on your yacht.
It's really more of a large banana boat.
Not a match. Marge Simpson.
Now, I didn't realize when I was writing this that you might be offended because it comes from a very old episode, but I wrote a monkey's paw. You know, for wishes. I'm so sorry, Diddy. I meant one of the ones where the monkey's already done with it.
Oh dear.
Just gonna say hands off there. Julia Child. Avril Lavigne has moved on from Skater Boys and now prefers men with blank.
I wrote full pantries. You have to make sure you really fill out those pantries. Everyone loves men in pantries, and these days you can really have fun with your pantries. My pantries are lined with thick canvas to keep the pests out.
As much as we'd love to hear more about the pests in your pantries, we are out of time. Totaling up the scores, and we can see that there are no matches. That means, of course, that the real winners are moose debaters everywhere. Thanks to Wonder Woman and Diddy, and to everyone making us all laugh. We'll see you next time.